I recently posted a video entitled Real Talk about ADHD. In that video, I made a suggestion that parents that have students with this disorder should probably refrain or totally eliminate processed white sugar and flour from their children's diet. I didn't go into many details about why I made that suggestion, but in this video, I would like to talk more in-depthly about that. So in order to understand why I made that recommendation, you first have to know the basic premise about the human digestive system. Now, anytime we eat anything, it goes into our mouth, travels down our esophagus, and then it lands in our abdomen, which most people call their stomach or their belly. Inside your abdomen, you have enzymes that help to break your food down and convert that food into energy. Similar to how if you put gas in your automobile, the gasoline goes into the tank of the car and it burns and it is converted into energy, and therefore you're able to drive the car and go about different places that you want to go. Well, food works the same way in our bodies. The enzymes inside our abdomen breaks the food down and it converts it into energy. But when you eat something that's sugary, like say if you drank a Slurpee or you ate a slice of cake, once that sugary drink or food gets down into your abdomen, those enzymes break down that drink or that piece of the sugary food, and sugar is broken down into two molecules. It's broken down into glucose and fructose. Now, for the purpose of this video and to try to be brief, I'm just going to talk about glucose for a minute. Now, glucose, the molecule glucose, it seeps through your intestines and it goes directly to your bloodstream, which causes your blood sugar levels to increase. Now, once your blood sugar levels increase, your pancreas secretes a hormone called insulin. Now, this happens automatically. Your pancreas is a part of your digestive system and is there to help regulate your blood sugar levels. So it secretes a hormone called insulin. Insulin goes into your bloodstream. It grabs a hold of the glucose, and then it transfers that glucose into your cells, and your cells is able to use it for energy. Now, the problem is if when you eat or drink something with a high sugar content, what's happening is that more glucose is added into your bloodstream, which causes your blood sugar levels to rise higher than normal. Your pancreas has to secrete more insulin in order to help regulate that extra glucose that's in your bloodstream. And so this is what's called a sugar high, or what some people say a sugar rush, where they eat some sugar and they say it gives them a burst of energy. Now, this isn't too problematic as long as your bodily organs and everything are working properly, especially if you're eating or drinking this sugar and you're engaged in a heavy activity where you have to do a lot of movement, or you have a job that's very rigorous and it works your entire body, because this extra burst of energy that you get from this sugar high or this sugar rush, you're able to burn it off because you're engaged in a strenuous activity. Now, the problem with students is that most students in the morning, they'll have some sort of cereal, Fruity Pebbles, Frosted Flakes, Cocoa Puffs, which is heavy ingrained in sugar, processed white sugar. Then for lunch, they may have a hot dog or hamburger or some chicken nuggets and some French fries. That's the typical lunch. Or they might, for drink, they might have a juice box or some sort of soda. Now, usually that hot dog or the hamburger, they put ketchup on that, sugar inside the ketchup. Those chicken nuggets, they may dip inside some barbecue sauce, ketchup in the barbecue sauce. That drink that they have to wash it all down, that soda or that juice box, guess what? More sugar. Then for dinner, all right, the average family might, go to McDonald's or something, and they might eat a burger, fries, and a drink. Those French fries that at McDonald's are also coated in sugar. that drink that they have, more sugar. So students are basically on a perpetual sugar high. And then when they go to school, guess what? The teachers want them to sit down, focus, concentrate, don't move, don't talk, listen to me, take notes. So it's a very restrictive environment. So anytime you're on this sugar high or this sugar rush, you're not able to concentrate. You're not able to focus. You become hyper. The same symptoms of ADHD. Okay, so when students are going into these classrooms and the teachers don't have engaging activities that foster movement, collaboration, hands-on, active participation, and they're made to sit still, be quiet, listen to the teacher, take notes, a very restrictive environment, then they get antsy. They're hyper. They can't focus. They can't concentrate. All right. How can you expect a child to focus when they're on a perpetual sugar rush? Okay. Now, let's talk about white flour for a second. Now, white flour is used to make bread. Bread is a carbohydrate. Carbohydrate, it metabolizes into sugar. Sugar breaks down into glucose and fructose. See, so the problem is still perpetuated. So what I'm suggesting to all the parents is that before you place your child on these harmful drugs that are prescribed for ADHD, because that's what's going to happen. The moment that your child is on this sugar rush and then they are asked to sit still in the classroom and can't do it, the teacher is going to make a recommendation and refer them to the school psychologist. The school psychologist is going to look at the teacher's recommendations and see what's happening in the classroom, and they're going to diagnose your child with this disorder. And then once the psychologist is diagnosed with this order, they're going to make referral to the pediatrician, who's going to prescribe either Ritalin, Adderall, or methylene, or one of the other medicines. All right. And I'm saying that all of these medicines, if you research them, they have harmful side effects. So all I'm saying is that before you take your child through these things and you start giving them these dangerous drugs, I would say that you first be preventative and proactive by totally eliminating or reducing the amount of sugar, processed sugar, and flour that you give to your child each day. Remove the sugary drinks. Remove the sugary cereals. Read the back of the labels and look at how much sugar is in the ketchup and barbecue sauce and all the other things that you give your child. You'll be surprised at how they hide sugar in all of these things that we just consume on a regular basis. And replace those things with water, of course, and fresh fruits and vegetables. Because what happens is, say when you eat an apple, now apple has sugar in it as well, but it's natural sugar. And when you eat an apple, the sugar inside the apple also breaks down into glucose and fructose, but it's at much lower concentration. So the blood sugar in the body doesn't rise at the same level as the processed white sugar. And I would also say replace the processed sugar and the flour with fresh fruits and fresh vegetables, because those type of things do not raise the blood sugar. The blood sugar is regulated. And so your child won't be in this perpetual sugar high all the time. So I hope this video helps. I hope that the parents who see this video can gain some insight and some more knowledge on this disorder that's called ADHD. And I know there's a lot of parents out there who have children that are affected by this. So I would say to just gradually make the changes and do your research, and just, be proactive before you give your child these harmful drugs and medications.